Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is REENA ZAFIRAH Binti Rusidi. Matrix ID 2021-156093. So, how about take a wild guess on the most popular and famous genre of films that had catch the attention of people from all walks of life? If you are on the track of superhero genre, then you got it right. Superman, Captain America, Batman, Black Widow, Thor, Iron Man, they might be from different producers, but they are still well known as one thing that was favored by everyone up until this day. They are the famous superheroes in the top famous and favorite superhero films, specifically known as Marvel or DC films. How magnificent is it, right? There are many movies that are directed by award-winning directors in the film industry. However, superhero genre still prevails. In a result, the cinema's revenue highly increased in sync with the various films production under superhero genre. As an example, worldwide statistics had shown the contributions of superhero films revenue in our cinema revenue worldwide. We can see that the revenue spiked up to $3,400 in the year of 2018, and starting from the year of 1978 and ongoing, superhero films had managed to rock the cinema by giving them the most valuable revenue. That is why superhero film is a fast food of cinema. This is because it contains good moral values, sentiments, and even they contribute in improvising people's mental health, other than piling up with the great film or storyline. This was proven by Dr. Yakub Ruffman from Bar Island University. He had proved that 20% of his patients that suffered from ant and spider phobia had managed to overcome their fear after watching the famous Spider-Man and Ant-Man Marvel movie film productions. Other than that, Dr. Yakub also believed that superhero films could contribute more in helping improvising people's health illness. However, partial people in this world still do not believe their mind on how the superhero film could be the fast food of cinema. Believe me that these superhero films bring good benefits to all kinds of perspectives in our life. Furthermore, worldwide had favored all of the Marvel and even DC's production starting from their first release, which is in the year of 1970. As we can see, superhero films had been growing, and it became the mostly shown film in each hall, each cinema, each building, as it is the fast food of cinema. So, how about we benefit everything that we can get from these superhero films? Well, I still bet that all of you would be questioning yourself as in why superhero films get all of the attentions compared to other genre films. There were a few reasons on why superhero films become the fast food in cinema. First foremost, superhero films become the fast food in cinema because of their storyline, which is really odd, different, and unique. If we observe, it would be so rare and hard to find populist elite sentiments in the storyline, except then if you compare it among the superheroes' arch enemies. This is because this genre shows the superheroes' nobility even if they seem to be elite. Take these superheroes' elites, from genius up to billionaires such as Wonder Woman, Batman, Iron Man, Black Panther, and even Thor. They manage to give people huge amusement and even admiration of their nobility despite their elite sides. They prove to common folks on how sympathetic is actually the elite's life compared to the common folks' life. This was also supported by Tom Jodrey, a famous website author. Next, superhero genre also became the main film in cinema as it features various elements such as action, adventure, science fiction, and even fantasy. As an example, most characters, especially their main, often finding a huge origin of their special powers while in the same time undergo a confrontation with their arch enemy in order to developing a new world. As we can see, there are three various elements hidden, which is the science fiction, adventure, and even action, and that what catch the hearts of the people who are watching it. Other than that, most of the superhero films also have a well-known franchise as they started to release these films from the year of 1970 up until to this year, where generations had learned about these superhero films from their mainly first-heart friends. To make it more appealing, superhero films was actually produced roughly from the chronology of the original comics. Since superhero films is the fast food of cinema, can we even imagine what will happen if there are less productions or limited halls that serve superhero films? Imagine a haunted cinema hall. This is because people will lose the enthusiasm of going to the cinema as their favorite films are less shown in the cinema. This is because the cinema will be filled up with other genres despite their choices. Thus, they would not want it to pay or even wasted their money on cliche boring genre as it would be a waste of it. Said Benjamin Franklin, waste neither time nor money, but make the best use of both. The revenue of cinema will also drop. This is because a lot of statistics on the cinema revenue that was even arranged by genre, ratings, title, characters had been sought out. However, amazingly, superhero films are still at the top of each statistic. It will really affect a lot of things if this horrific thing happens, which is less production of superhero films. Thus, how about all of us support our cinema on encouraging them to expand the number of halls that display superhero films? Other than that, we can also make superhero films as our family movie by watching superhero films that was released at the cinema with all of our family members or even friends together. As with all of the perspectives, this could indirectly prove to the cinema manager and even producer on how highly requested superhero films are. By these steps, the seats for superhero films in the cinema will turn out into hot seats every time it was released. Other than that, we could also make a survey on how great the cinema will be if the showtime for superhero films expand more. Survey like this is really good as the company owner of the cinema itself will know the credibility of the cinema, even the desire of the customers towards the cinema. By fault, it could improvise the service of the cinema also, that it will encourage people to come there more regular. In short, we all could see how superhero films are actually described as the fast food of cinema and what will happen if the productions in the market or even cinema decreases. So, we could see that superhero films brings tons of good methods and even benefits in improvising our life. In order to see or to prove that point, go and grab your tickets. Without no doubt, I am sure that superhero films are surely the fast food of cinema. So, that's all for me. See you soon and Assalamualaikum.